All right, where the Hebrew Israelites that come in week and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, soon to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. All right, we got these goddamn Edomites out here playing frisbee golf. Suddenly, first time out here ever, but suddenly they own the whole park. Right? Anyway, Salakia. Or we come out to wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and Speckled Bird. Get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back in order. All right? First and foremost, as always, we face the east and we say, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakadash. All right? Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and the elder bishops of GMS, and the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word of truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right? Now, what we got to do at this point, okay, we got to continue the mission. All right? Because things are happening quick, although it might not seem like it. Might seem like there's a little lull in the action, but that's the nature of this thing. All right? Everybody gets excited, but hey, you got to stay the course. All right? Brothers get tired, they fall out. All right? It's no order. Okay? You got to understand order. You got to understand rank and file. Okay? And those of us that are outside the body, so to speak, all right, we still have to maintain. We got to maintain all of those qualities of being in the body. And we are in the body. We just on the outskirts. All right? You're still as much a part of this thing as ever. Your test is different. Okay? Because the brothers that are still in this thing, that are on the fringes, right? Or that have gotten kicked out and maintained sound doctrine, all right? It's harder to do that than it is to be, on the inside. Your test is different. The Most High is doing something special with you, all right? So don't fall out. Don't change the doctrine. Stay in it. Just see, because here's the direction. Here's the instruction, if you will. When you get kicked out or you get suspended or whatever, just go out and push the word. Right? And if you're doing that, you're maintaining sound doctrine, the whole thing, that's your lot. Okay? Just do that. Don't worry about what other people think. All right? This is about you. And Philippians 2:12, which we'll read when it's time to close, you got to work out your own salvation. Even if you're a solitary, there's many brothers out here that go out alone. Okay? Yes, two are better than one, but hey, when that one is you got to handle your business. You got to see it through till the end. Okay? And Lord willing, it's not in 5 years. Lord willing, it's not in 2. But if it be, then I'm going to be Rumpelstiltskin out here. You understand? So, we'll go to the book of Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch. All right? We're watchmen out here. You got a job. You have a duty. You have an office. Figure it out. All right? The instruction is there. The instruction is there. We see the end. We're this close. All right? You're still in this thing. All right? Humble yourself. Right? And, hey, here we go. Teach yourself first. Right? So, hey, this camp in the spirit goes out to me. First. And then, whoever sees it and whoever is hopefully edified by it. The hopeful elect, the elect. I will stand upon my watch. Close the book. All right? Because patience and faith. We're in the time of great patience and faith. Hey, because when things start moving fast, like that thief in the night, we're gonna see it. Here's how it's gonna play out. Because we're watching for any movement whatsoever. Like a motion detector. You got that camera that has motion. When anything moves, we're on it. Okay? Your motion camera is standing on his watch. Right? And you need that thing to be accurate. Diligent. All right? It has to accomplish that which it was set out to do. Otherwise, you're jacked up. So, when this thing slides, when it slides into action, right, we're going to know. And it's because of that. It's because at the moment it goes. Sometimes it's a false alarm. You're like, oh, it's going. And you're like, you start reacting. And this devil ain't quite ready yet. Right? Like, for example, you got to read the tea leaves, if you will. Gas, right? The men of the Lord, for the last 12, let's just say 12 years and above, we've been waiting for the gas to shoot up. And it almost got to $7 there. $6.50, $6.80. Some of us were paying $7. Okay, I mean, because when I observe the price of gas, I start with regular. Right, regular, unleaded, then the mid-grade, and then the top. Right, I always read regular unleaded. So when regular unleaded is at $6.50, $6.49, what is mid-grade? Well, that's about 35 cents more than that. Okay? And then if you're paying with a credit card, guess what? You're paying $7 for gas. This is California. All right? In California, $7. So we're waiting for that. We've been waiting for years. Shabbat Shalom. Ak? Good. Where you at? Who you studying with?
Well, I was with the ARC, but right now me and my family, we just study at home with the children.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you know about GMS?
GMS. I don't think knowing the acronym.
Right. Great Millstone is the name of the camp. Let me ask you this: what is the mark of the beast?
For the scripture, it's supposed to be a mark on your hand or your forehead.
Okay. Now, so that was 2,000 years ago when that was written. What were they talking about?
It could
today. In today's terms.
It could be because your will or your desire, what you will, what you think your mind is where your desire comes from.
Okay, So it has to do with buying and selling, right?
Yes. So it's probably going to go into them chips or the cell phones. Yeah, because you know the cell phones are in our hands all the time. But the stuff they got going on now, they putting chips in people. So,
Okay, that's where it's going. Brain chip, Neuralink, to be specific. You got Elon Musk, right? You know who Elon is?
yeah.
Okay, you got Elon, and he's putting chips in brains. That's your forehead. Okay, and in your hand is the RFID microchip, and this they've been working on this for a while. Swipe your hand, that's how you pay. So specifically, this is what John saw on the Isle of Patmos. He was given a vision, right? And he saw all the way to the time that we're in now, and he saw people paying for stuff by swiping their hand. You understand? This is everybody from back then. The prophets of old were given visions of what it would be like today. Okay? So today, when we hear that, well, you had to have the mark, which that word mark, the Greek word for mark is charagma, meaning something inserted. Okay, when you get into the actual words, you understand? You understand? It goes into charax, means something implanted. Okay, so it takes you a step further. Just like John 3:16. What does John 3:16 say? For
For
God.
Yah so loved the earth, he gave his only begotten son.
Okay, so what is that word world?
It has different implications.
There are three different meanings for the word world in the Bible. One is eon, meaning an expanse of time. Okay. One is the word cosmos, meaning a certain group of stars, an orderly arrangement of stars. And the other one is oikomene, which means the inhabited earth. So in John 3:16, when you read that, it's the word cosmos, meaning an orderly arrangement of stars. That word world goes into the world of Israel. Okay.
I was going to say that because I remember reading something in script when it mentioned world, it was specifically talking about Israel.
Let's get it. Isaiah 45 and 17. And this is why I'm saying you got to study GMS, because we go into the meaning of words. Okay?
Yeah, we do that too. We learn all the letters and stuff.
Right,
We
absolutely.
break down all the words.
Absolutely. So when you said, what'd you say, shalom?
Yeah.
Do you know the Lashawan Kodash, which is the ancient Paleo Hebrew? You would say shalom.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, I've
Shalom.
heard shalom.
Right. Shalom is Yiddish. That's what our adversary, the devil, they use that. You understand? Ashkenaz. Exactly. This is Isaiah 45 and 17. Okay. But Israel, okay, shall be saved. Who's going to be saved? Israel going to be saved. Listen. Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. That's the kingdom of heaven. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end. What world? You see that? 45 and 17. That's the precept to John 3:16. Tells you what world. For God so loved the world. What world? But Israel. See how that comes together?
So I can
You see that?
get my family with it when I get to the
But
crib.
see, here's what I'm saying. You gotta go to GMS. You gotta study. Just do it on the side, right? Whatever you know right now. When you go to YouTube, search out Great Millstone or GMS Doctrine, and just compare it to what you know now. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna learn these little things. Because I'm gonna ask you a question. What does it mean to be saved?
It's actually to be actually protected. It's like a father protecting a child.
Okay.
So like just like when say you out in the streets and some bullies trying to mess with you, you don't run nowhere else but home. You come home to Papa. So coming to His presence is your salvation.
Okay, so and that's close, but let me give you a better analogy. Okay, if you were in a pond and you start drowning, right? And I come over and I snatch you up out of the water, I saved
Yeah.
you, right? That's what it means to be saved. Now, do you know? Okay, World War III is about to pop off and be declared, right?
They get close.
Right. Okay, so now how is the world world as we know it, this devil's world, Esau's world, you know who Esau is, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is Esau's world. The world was given into his hands for a period of time. Now we're at the end of that period of time, and now the kingdom of heaven is about to come in, which is our world, Israel. Okay, so this world has to come to an end. How is that going to happen?
According to scripture, it's supposed to be by fire.
What fire? Correct.
Now,
What's the fire?
is it my? It's always been a thought of mine. Is it physical fire,
Absolutely.
or
Absolutely.
well, when it says He's gonna destroy the world, so
What world?
yeah, that's the question.
Okay,
What
the world of Esau. We have the world of Israel, Jacob, is our world. They have this right here, all of it is their world. We're the slaves in this world. Issachar, the Mexicans, the Native Americans, we're the slaves in this world now. They're the first, we're the last. In the kingdom of heaven, the last shall be first. That's when we're running. And guess who's our slave? And the first shall be last. Okay? So this hardcore truth, you understand? With what is about to happen, fire. What fire? Nuclear fire. World War III involves what? Nuclear bombs. Right? Let me read. And I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to capture your attention so that, because why are you here? Why are you here right now? There's only one answer.
He might want to be here for
The
something.
Most High brought you straight over here to either see this or be like, that nigga was crazy. Understand? So that's for you to determine right now. This is Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. What can do that?
I watched Terminator, that nuclear fire.
Okay, so you're on a spiritual level. You're on a spiritual level, because that's exactly what it's talking about. Okay, that's exactly what it's talking about. Now I'm going to go to 18. Is it 20? Revelation 20. It's 18. That you receive not of her plagues. It's 18. Revelation 18 and 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. What plagues? That nuclear bomb, nuclear missiles. This is what everything is about right now. World War III is about to pop off. Between who? Russia and the United States. Okay? And their allies, Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, all have nukes. This thing is about, there's two things that the world is about right now. Okay? Nuclear missiles and UFOs. What are the UFOs?
They're either a distraction or some say it's the angels, but I'm not sure, and I won't be sure.
You got some learning to do, my brother. Okay? Because we're at the end. You got a family?
Yeah.
Wife?
Yep.
Children?
One.
Okay. How old?
24.
Okay, he's grown.
She's
She's grown. Okay, good job.
She's still with me.
Good
though.
job. Right. Good job. Okay, so when what's Jesus' name?
Mashiach, Yahushua.
Okay, Yahweh Shai. Most High's name is Yahweh. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai. This is the ancient Hebrew. Okay, all right. And these things you got to know. If you call on Jesus in that day, Yahweh Shai ain't gonna hear you. If you call on Yehoshua, Yahweh Shai ain't gonna hear you. Call on the Most High, His name counts. There's no other name, right? There's only one. Most High got one name. His Son got one name, okay? And, all right, and this is all in the spirit right now. Okay, so, when Yahweh Shai, when He comes back, how is He coming back?
Wow.
What is that? I'm going to show you. When He left the earth after He was resurrected,
Cloud.
you know about that? What is the cloud?
I'm not sure.
Let's find out. You see this? See what's going on? I'm getting chill bumps right now. Okay. This is Psalm 104. I want you to read it. 104, start at 1. These are some attributes of the Most High. Yahweh is His name. Start at 104 and read. Go ahead. Read out loud for me.
104. Bless Yahuwah,
That's the Lord. Oh
my soul.
my soul.
O Yahuwah, my Elohim, thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty, who covers thyself with light and with a garment, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain,
Like a curtain, read on.
who left the beams of
His
chambers in the waters, who maketh clouds his chariot,
Stop. Read that again.
who maketh the clouds his chariot,
Clouds are what?
his chariot.
What is a chariot?
Vehicle.
Okay. Now, when he left. Let's get it real quick. Are you understanding what's going on?
I see what you're saying.
Not this is what the scriptures are saying. Acts 1 and 9. When he left, this is the account. He was talking to a couple of the disciples on a hill, and over to the side stood a couple of angels. Right? This is the account. Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things, he was talking to the brothers. While they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. What happened to Elijah? He was taken up. He was beamed up, Scotty. Into what? The chariot. Swing low, swing down, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. I'm not making it up, I'm showing you. Okay? Now when he comes back, here's the account. While he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly towards heaven as he went up, they was like, right? And then the angels, it said, and while they looked steadfastly towards heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing into heaven? This same Yahushua which is taken up from you into heaven shall so come in like manner as you have seen him go into heaven. They said, what you tripping on? When he comes back, second coming, he's coming back the same way. How is he coming back?
Chariot. Cloud.
You see the Spirit? The Spirit is on you. Okay? You're doing good. You're doing good. Let me get it real quick. 1 and 7, right? Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he, Yahushua, cometh, second coming, with clouds. He's coming back. Independence Day with Will Smith.
First thing I thought about when I seen that movie, I was like,
that's it. What they're showing you is what they know. Okay? They know that's our salvation. What is salvation? To be saved. How are we going to be saved? What does it mean to be saved? I'm going to show you. Ready? I'm going to bring it out of the scriptures so that you understand this is what it means to be saved. Verbatim. I want you to read it. Read 11. Revelation 11 and 12.
And they heard with a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud,
Read.
and their enemies beheld them.
Our enemies beheld. Now, that's what it means to be saved, is to be beamed up or to be abducted by aliens. You understand? And in that ship, okay, here's who's in the ships. The angels, Yahushua. The Most High has a chariot. So the devil wants to explain, oh, there's little green men, they're going to destroy you, they're going to take your reproductive. No, the whole truth is right here. The chariots go all the way back to the beginning. All right, now let me show you something real quick. First words of the Bible. What's the first words of the Bible? In the beginning. What's the next word?
That Yah created.
Yah. Is that? Okay, it says, in the beginning, God. Who's that?
Elohim.
Okay, all right, correct. Or we would say in the Hebrew, Allahai. Okay, which is plural. So it would read, in the beginning, the gods. So that's not the Most High. See? Check that out. Elohim is plural, or Allahayim. Allah is God, one. Allahayim is plural. So who was there? Yahushua was there. And then the 1/3, the elect angels were there. The sons of God, they were all there. They did the creation. It took 7,000 years. One day is 1,000 years to the Most High. Right? You know about that?
As a thousand years.
So it didn't take 7 days. It took 7,000 years. Okay. This is on a spiritual level. Okay. And then it says, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the spirit of Allahayim, or the gods, moved upon the face of the water. What is this word moved? Right. Travel. What this word, when you look it up, I'll do it right now. It goes back to the word hovered. What hovers? That spaceship. This book is about, this is in the beginning. Okay, so the angels were out there with the one that the world ignorantly calls Jesus, whose name is Yahushua. They were out there in their spaceships when they did the creation. Okay, and this word moved goes back to hovered, meaning they were in their ships. Here's the Most High's ship right here. Daniel 7. I know you gotta go. I gotta go. Daniel 7 and 9. Is it 9 and 7? 7 and 9. Daniel 7 and 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. Who's the Ancient of Days?
How you say it? I say Elohim.
Okay, Elohim is plural.
Elohim.
Allahayim is plural too. That's just how you say it in the Hebrew. So so plural means Most High is one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Ancient of Days is the Most High. Who is the Alpha and Omega? Who is that? I am the Alpha and Omega. Who said that?
Yah.
Not Yah. Okay. And that's how you say the Most High's name. Yahweh. 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 That's his name. Yah means, the word Yah means he. Okay, and that's not the Most High's name. You want to call on his name. He that is. He that be. Not I am. I am is how do you say that? Ehaya. That's not the Most High's name. We can go over that. He said, you tell them that I am, right? In Exodus. He said, you tell them I am sent you, right? This is the Most High talking to Moses. And then he said, moreover, I am. You tell them the Lord God, where they took the name out. The Lord, wherever it says the Lord God, that's the word Yahweh. Yahweh goes where they had to take the name out to hide it. You know it's important if they hid the name from you. Okay? Now we're getting the name out. Okay, so where was I? Oh, Alpha and Omega. In red. Who's that?
I am Alpha and Omega, beginning and end, first and the last.
Who's that? It's in red. Who's that?
Messiah?
Huh?
Mashiach?
Hamashiach is it? See the demons? There's demon on it. That's an Elamite. That's an East Indian. Demons on it. Okay. She's probably a high. Okay. So the first and the last. That's talking about who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. His name is Yahweh. Okay. The Most High has no beginning. He's the Ancient of Days. Are they the same person? Correct. When it says these three are one, it means this. These three are at one with each other. They completely agree.
That's why I tell people, I tell people they're one mind.
That's correct.
Just like when he tells us this mind which is in Mashiach be in you. So that means it says we're one. So we're in one mind. You're thinking the same. You're focusing on the same stuff.
Correct. That's correct. What's up, brother?
How you doing, Doc?
You?
All right.
I kind of want to do some of this. Well, I need to do some of this.
What do you need to do? You need to be born again.
Yeah,
you
just
know what it
speak.
means to be born again?
Just speak.
No, not just speak. You gotta speak with knowledge and authority, though. You gotta know what you're saying. So let me ask you this: what's your nationality? Is that a I don't know?
Yeah.
Then how can you speak? Right?
I see I
Okay.
got
All
stops.
right, you good?
Family waiting.
All right. Hey, GMS, brother.
Okay, I wrote it down.
Okay.
I'll check it out.
Go to Great Millstone and write these things down because it's going to bring you complete focus. This is, they say we got 100% truth of what we're supposed to know right now. And it's the truth.
All right, man.
All right,
Bless
brother.
you.
Oh, you too.
You should, man.
All right, so where you at with it?
I'm pretty much looking just to do some of what you're
You
doing.
believe in God?
Oh man.
What? I feel about it pushing.
I believe in it. There's an eternal.
Then
heaven.
you can't do this. If you don't believe in God, you can't do this. But who's in this book?
Me?
You are in there, but not according to knowledge.
My name is though.
What's your name?
I don't know.
Ah, you got to go. I got to look at my phone. You crazy. You crazy, huh? Oh, okay. Somebody gave you your name. You've been talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Who'd you speak to? His brother over here across the street?
Here it is. Here it is right here.
You got to keep that on your person. I said you got to keep that on your person.
I know. You know, it's just like this, man. Knowledge is authority and knowledge is power.
That's-
What kind of knowledge? You know, that really matters.
Spiritual knowledge. Spiritual, the knowledge of the Most High. That's the real knowledge. Everything else is nothing. You understand? So you got to understand that the Most High has a chosen people. Who are his chosen people? Let me tell you, not the Africans. The Africans look just like us. She looks just like us. Do you know her? Do you know her?
You know each other?
She's talking to spirits.
Did we meet yet?
She's a Elamite. She's an East Indian, right? Right?
She.
Listen. Is she? What color is her skin? What color is her skin? What color is my skin?
I see what you're saying.
What color is my skin?
No, don't worry about it. I get what you're saying.
Is
I
that-
don't
is-
want to get confused.
Right? No, you chasing after that one.
Yeah.
Go do your thing. Hey, she's clearly possessed. She's clearly got a million demons on her. All right. Okay, so what you do is you engage, the brother came up smiling, talk about, I want to do this. You don't want to do this. All right. This is the most magnificent job on the face of the earth. All right. And call halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushua the water for allowing me to be a part of this and to come out here and do this. Everybody thinks that they want to do it. All right. You might even last for 15 years and then find out that this is not really what you wanted to do, or you're not really about it. But see, you got everybody's out here. This brother, Shalom, brother, whatever he said. I'm like, okay, now the examination, right? And you don't just chop them up. I mean, you do if the elder apostle Gabar made a video the other day about plain tables. Make it plain, okay? Make it plain to them. Don't just start slicing them up, okay? Because guess what? You could be held accountable for that, all right? It's not even about, what you know. It's about who they might be. That could be of the elect. Either one of these people could be of the elect, right? So you use honey, right? You use honey, you examine them, you give them what they need, and like the brother after he had enough, he saw his way out, and I'm like, hey, here's the truth. You think the Most High? Okay, now, can this brother get it? He might go and find the truth. It was handed to him. Most High brought him over here. He didn't have the truth. He talked about Yehoshua and Yah. He's a Yah nigga, meaning he don't know what it means to be saved. And just this little milk, what does it mean to be saved? What is a chariot? Just the simple things, simplicity of Yahweh Shah. All right, not I know everything and I'm gonna run circles around you because I'm deep. No, I'm not deep. Okay? No, that's not. All right, go watch the Elder Apostles' excellent video. Right? Keep it simple, stupid. He didn't even say that, but I mean, you're going to be held accountable if you're out here chasing people away. And there's a way to do things. And hey, when we were young in this truth, we were 1 and 2 year olds in the truth. You came out and there was a way you did things, right? But now, shit, you're a young man. The moment you hit 12 years, you're a man now in this truth. If you've been in for 14 years, you're a teenager, which is a grown man in the ancient world. Yahweh Shai said, hey, I got to be about my father's business. at 12. Okay, because he was a man. All right, and 15. If you've been in for 15 years, hey, having children at 15, starting families, right? So, as my point is as you mature in this thing, right? You when you were a child, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, in the truth, you spake as a child. Okay, so when the brother came up, right, he was saying, "I know who I am." I'm like, okay, but do you know? You know. You think you know, right? And what your job is at that point you examine to see where he's at, and not to, to overpower him. It's clear that he don't know. So what you do is you show him what he should know, and you do it with kid gloves so that he's not, offended. You don't offend him, right? And then you show him the way. Hey, you'll hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way." And the Most High did that. It's not, but your approach, humbleness, humility, those things go a long way, right? Charity. So this brother had a chance. This guy was chasing after the Elamite with a legion of demons, right? And you see that. Who's going to sit here and get this thing? Only the elect. And it might not be here. It might be that you just need to show them the way. Show them, hey, GMS, Great Millstone, stick with GMS, right? And then if they get it, then they get it, and that's your part is done. If he shows back up out here, then that's a whole different thing. We'll finish Daniel 7 and 9. I beheld until the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. There's his chariot. And there's his hair, Geno Jennings. This nigga, any nigga. And I felt compelled to make a video on Geno Jennings, but, it's just ridiculous. It's been done, right? And this nigga showed his folly. Right, and what color was his hair? Come on, nigga. You know what? Geno might be an Edomite. Like this guy, Ben Carson. I saw Ben Carson on Nino, what's this dude's name, the boxer? Nino Rodriguez. All right? Nino Rodriguez got his little show. And Nino, I believe he's an Israelite, but he sure is acting like a goddamn Edomite. So anyway, Ben Carson, Nino was interviewing Ben Carson in a very measured, calculated, sophisticated way is coming straight against his own people. And I'm like, you know what, Ben Carson, you know what? You may be an Edomite. And these things, just like I'm trying to show this brother, the Elamite was darker than him. And I'm saying, just because you got dark skin doesn't mean that that's your people. Just because you got dark skin doesn't mean you're an African. And he stayed over there. As soon as I brought her up, he was like this, "Oh, well, don't say nothing bad about it." I'm like, nigga, you can't see that this person is fucking possessed. And you're following that possession. I'm like, okay, you go that way. All right. Talking about I want to do what you don't want to do. The first thing you do is cut these women off, these sea hippos. And he was a sea hippo. A sea hippo don't have to be a woman. That nigga look like it. He can take that sea hip. Right? and the brother. What's the market? Well, it could be how you think. And I'm like, okay, well, you got this much time. Okay? You got this much time to get this word, because you ain't got it. You got it. His demeanor was right, and his spirit. His spirit had potential to come into the truth. With my discernment, okay, because he wasn't bucking up. He was actually learning, and he was reaching for the name, and he was, he learned in that 15 minutes. He learned more than he thought he knew. Right? He didn't know what it means to be saved. He didn't know what the chariots are. We can prove all things, and at the lowest level in this 100% truth, right? Making it easy. I'll pose a question. Could it be that, if all you know is milk, right? Could it be that the Most High put you here and he's going to send by people that need milk? And not the hard things? If vocab walks up right now, what would I do? You're done. I'd walk away. I'm like, I don't have time for your parlor game, your parlor tricks and shenanigans. There are people out here, right, that are that could be of the elect. I got a job to do. Not prove that I could go toe-to-toe with the damn demon. Okay? That's over. Okay? The whole fighting, right? Fighting. We're so close. All right? There are levels to this thing. Okay? Just like growing and becoming a grown-ass man. All right? When you become a grown-ass man, all right, you start out, and I'm talking about in a worldly sense, if you will. You're a teenager, you reach a certain age, you make it to 20, all right? You go to school, whatever, you learn some shit, and then you want to get into the workforce. You get a job, you get some tenure, right? You develop a bank account, you get a home, maybe a family, and then you're about 50, 55 years old, and you look back, right? You assess things. You make assessments as a 50-year-old, as a 55-year-old, as a 60-year-old. You look back and you say, wow, right? I thought by the time I got here, I would know, or I would have become, whatever. Frisbee golfer. But what you look back and you see, right, is that 60, I don't know shit. You look at your father, right? You're a kid. You're 9, you're 10. You think your dad knows everything. He's a man of the world. He's been to college and da-da-da-da. Well, guess what? Your dad knows. He don't know shit. To know something is to know that you don't know a damn thing. All right? To know anything is to know the education that you received, first of all, is bullshit. It's got so many holes in it. It's crazy. So we're going back to Habakkuk. What are we doing? We're standing on our watch. As you can see in real time. All right, and people come up And the Spirit is going to deal with them through you. Habakkuk 2, start at 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Okay, so, and that's spiritual, because that's what happened. The brother came up, and so you give him a short examination. He's saying, yeah, you already know where it's going. You ask him little things. Do you understand the chariots? Do you understand what it means to be saved? Do you know about the missiles? You say, oh, it's going to happen with fire. What fire? And you gradually bring him in. How? By making it plain. Going back to the Elder Apostles video. You make it plain. Why? So that he can run with it. You don't chop him off at the legs to show that you're some Svengali tyrant with the word. No. Nope. It's not how you do it. Not after 15 years. That's how you do it when you, in the first 5. You didn't learn nothing. We don't fight out here no more. We don't go back and forth. Somebody comes and scoffs the camp, you just leave. Somebody that should know better. Okay, you learn all these things. How? From being out here. Like these Frisbee golfers. This is your first fucking day. I'm waiting for somebody to say something stupid. Like, this is your first day out here. How do I know? I ain't never seen you out here playing fucking Frisbee golf, ever. This is the first day. All right? So don't look at me like I'm strange, nigga. You're the strange one. All right? Those that know, those that have been around for 14 years, they see me and come and say hi, which there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. Just out here being a watchman, doing what you're required to do. You know, wake up the 12 tribes. Anybody thinking that this thing is going to go on, don't see World War III, don't see you finna starve out here. You think this is a game? You're out here playing games, right? You're gonna see. You're gonna be using that pie plate as a dinner plate, trying to. You be out here hustling, trying to eat, trying to get a morsel. Salakia, bear with me. Salakia. So I saw that movie last night. Nope. Right? This nigga Jordan Peele. Right? It was just okay. I mean, of course they had to demonize it. What they did two things. They showed a lot. And if you're spiritual, you'll catch some of the things. Trying not to give a spoiler alert, but it was about the chariots. And, hey, spoiler alert. You can turn this part down if you don't want to hear, but here are some of the things that I saw that were spiritual or that were on point. They had the chariots hiding in the clouds, right? And the cloud was stationary. And I saw that yesterday. I saw a cloud and there was a big fire under it. And smoke was going all the way across the sky, but that cloud just stayed there. That was crazy. Saw that before I went and saw the movie. But in the movie, there were chariots, and they were taking people up into the chariot by a whirlwind. Okay? And I mean literally, dust to start, it would be like a little, what you would call a dust devil or a big one, funnel cloud, and it would pick people up into it, right? That was number one. So that was on point. So, and things like that, they kept showing things that are directly on point, and then they would negate it by doing other stupid shit, like the chariot was eating people. Now it did, let me get that real quick. Kind of like in War of the Worlds, when the tripods, once they picked up those people and then they were chopping them up and then sprinkling their blood, right? The tripods were doing that in War of the Worlds. And so this kind of had that going on too. There was blood involved, and I was watching. The chariot was only picking up Edomites. Didn't pick up no Jakes that I could see, you know, unless there was some speckled birds or whatever. But it picked up a bunch of people, and they were screaming for their lives. And, oh God, God, oh God, God, God. That was one thing. And then this lesbian bitch who had a starring role, who was really unnerving, but that's how they wrote it in. She had on a shirt which is the name of a band called the Jesus Lizard, right? It's the name of a band going, I believe, back to the 90s. But she had on a shirt that said that. And see, Jordan Peele, he knows. He clearly knows, right? He was doing little shit like the main character, the Get Out nigga. He had on a shirt that, you know, it was a Michael Jordan shirt, but it just said Jordan, and he was big up in himself, you know. I'm talking about Jordan Peele. And he was, see, it's things like that you notice to let you know where he's going or what he's doing. All right, by no way was it a coincidence that this nigga's wearing a shirt that says Jordan on it, and that's the director's first name. He did that, okay, as a sign. So when you go to a shirt that the lesbian was wearing, talking about the Jesus Lizard, they're injecting Jesus into the, just like the elder apostle posted a video. He did a lesson on the video about the life of Brian, and Brian gets taken up into a chariot, right? Letting you know that they know. So Jordan, or Peele, whatever this nigga's name is, Key and Peele, this nigga, he was putting things in there to let you know. The Jesus lizard, when they got beamed up or taken up by a whirlwind, you hear them taking an ass whooping up in the chariot, talking about God, oh God, 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 right? These are little things that would go right by the unlearned, right? But the men of the Lord, we get it. There's a connection, and they're doing it. See, so the movie, why did they make a movie about chariots? Why did they make a movie about chariots beaming people? They're getting you ready for what they know is coming. Okay, we just read Acts 1 and 9. I asked the brother if he understood Elijah. He said, yeah. Okay, well, I said, we got to put it together. What does it mean that 2,000 years ago, or 2 days, that they wrote these things, but they saw a clear vision of the future? This is them trying to explain it in their words back then. What did words mean back then? When you got bad meaning good, gay meaning homosexual, when it used to mean happy, which is this nigga Pharrell. This nigga knew what he was doing when he wrote the song Because I'm Happy. He was saying I'm gay. He knew what he was doing. That's how these artists do. Double entendre, newspeak, right? Witchcraft. So that movie is preparing the masses for seeing the chariots and for seeing people getting beamed up. And then they demonized it, okay? They demonized what it means to be saved. All right? They basically made it into a game. Oh, if we could get the right shot, we can be on Oprah. We're going to get paid $100,000 for the right picture. You know, they trivialized the whole thing. And then they wrote it off at the end, like, you know. But on the spiritual side, they're getting your ass ready for what is coming. They're getting you ready to see the chariots doing what they do. And I'm ready to see one. See? Like we spoke on last week, you want to be abducted by aliens. That's people. People have no clue that that's what they long for. See that separation? The devil deceived the whole world. Here it is. Everybody thinks that to be abducted by aliens is a bad thing, and they don't want to. When that's all, you go to church all your life, and you pray to be saved, or you think you're already saved. Right? So the brother, and I know I'm all over the place, but one thing the brother can't say is this guy was proud. He rubbed me the wrong way. You know. There's a way to finesse the situation so that he doesn't feel inhibited. He doesn't feel offended. That's your job. Right? After you do something, right, your career, for example, Say, for example, you made money by entertaining people, by playing the guitar and singing. After a while, you should be good at it. After 15 years, you should be good at it. After 45 years, you should be really good at it. Because you've been doing it. And that's what it means when they say you got to grow in this thing. All right? You got to refine your technique. All right? And you shouldn't offend people unless the Spirit called for it. There's a place and a time for everything under the sun. This is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So these chariots were sucking up Edomites and beating them up, and they showed that the Edomites were taking an ass whooping, and then they were getting cut and sliced up, and then blood was coming back down to the earth. Right? Their blood was being sprinkled. Let's get that. That's straight out of the scripts. This is Isaiah. Isaiah 63 and 3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Well, their blood was being sprinkled. Sprinkled where? Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So when this chariot goes up, it sucks up the Edomites, or whoever, the nations. Because right here, where were they? They're in the desert. I think they were in California. Yeah, they were down there near in LA. Burbank. I saw Burbank. They went to Fry's. And I know it was in Burbank because I've been to that Fry's. And they were near the movie industry, which is Burbank, Hollywood, which are right next to each other. So a lot of bloodshed happened over in that area, right? Jake Gad was taken down in California, proper. A lot of Jakes went down. So the land that we walk upon is full. It needs to be cleansed. So what was the chariot doing? It was slicing up Edomite and then sprinkling their blood. Could have been Yahushua. That could have been representative of Yahushua. Now the chariot wasn't big enough. It was big, but it wasn't the size of a mountain. And it was turning into different things. I didn't like that. The chariot turned into like a mushroom or a ghost or whatever the fuck it was, which they do take different forms and different shapes and stuff like that. But, they put the Hollywood, Key and Peele put the Hollywood touch on it. We'll read this from the top. This is Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. That's talking about the chariot right there. So all of this was in that movie. Okay? I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Here's that word save, going into Savior, going into Yahushua, or who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right? So all of that was in the movie, including the sprinkling of blood. Right? And their blood will be sprinkled. Let's get that. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. All of this is dealing with blood. And blood was a big part of that movie. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments. And I will stain all my raiment, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. All right? And the at the end, right, the lesbian, who turns out to be the heroine or whatever, hero, right? She's the one that brings down the chariot, or destroys the chariot, which is wicked as fuck. Didn't appreciate it in the least, right? She figures out how to destroy the chariot. So fuck you, Key and Peele, on that bullshit. You'll pay. Mocking them, trying to mock the Most High Yahweh Shemi Hoshai. So anyway, yeah, a little segue. We go back to Habakkuk. Because we're watching. That's just another, and I told my family, I said, well, you guys are going to watch a movie. I'm going to study to show myself approved. And I'm going to glean, I'm going to look at this with a spiritual eye and see what the message is. And the message was, or the message is, we're in the time that you can start seeing chariots outright. You can see clouds not moving. There's a chariot up in there. And the chariot is coming to take down Esau, sprinkle some blood to cleanse the land. All right? And beam people up. The people that is going to beam up is the elect. So, you know, they had creative license to be a goddamn demon, but they were, it's like predictive programming, so to speak. Because these things are coming to pass. So they got to get out in front of it, because what they did was they demonized the chariot. They demonized God and Jesus is what they were doing, right? Unknown to a Christian. A Christian is like this. They don't know about it, like this guy. All right? He's a Christian that knows he's an Israelite and some fringe shit. He knows some fringe little, you know, Elohim, Yah. Like, nigga, you need to go listen to GMS and study to show yourself approved. And at least know the basics, know the milk, you know, if you plan on bringing your family to deliverance. All right, got to know what it means to be saved. You got to know what name to call on. Because calling on he, nigga, he could be Beelzebub. Yeah. No, we're not just out here standing, you know. And then the brother, he knew that. When the clown came up asking, I want to do this, how do I do this? I'm like, you got to know who you are. You got to know. In order to teach this thing, you got to know something. How you going to teach when you think you're African, you're colored, you're chasing demons? Know ye not that you're chasing down a demon? And I should know that. Don't get involved with no women because they're all demonic. All right? If the Most High presents a woman, boy, you better vet her ass. Because you can best believe she's creeping in unawares. All right? We're not in the time. Hey, those of you that have women, even if you got one, be as though you had none. Okay? How do you be as though you had none? Really, you're being told to leave your wife alone. If she's going to take off, now's the best time for her to take the hell off. Get out of there. Okay? If she shapes up and gets in order, then she can stay. Because the last thing you need right now is a sea hippo, right, confusing you, running that witchcraft. Here's a perfect example. Adam. All right? We see the finish line right now. What is Eve going to do? She's in lockstep. She's a sea hippo that's in lockstep with her lover, Cain, the devil. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Okay? Hey, it's speaking. The vision is speaking. Okay? You go to the movies, they got the chariot up there beaming niggas up and sprinkling blood. Right? The devil knows. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because she and he knoweth that they have but a short time. Talking to you women. All right? You women, you're the devil too. You're the devil that the Bible speaks of. My enemy. And you're about to see it. Though it tarry, wait for it. Okay? Hey, be patient. Going back to what we said in the beginning. Hey, now is the time for great faith and patience. You got to be patient, because we want this shit to go down right now, but if it takes a day or two longer before that great slide, hey, you gotta have that stiff upper lip. That's what it is. Because it's about to slide any moment right now. It's gonna go from we're playing frisbee golf out in the park to all hell done broke loose and everybody's shooting at each other. It's gonna go from that to that in one day. And now Vlad Putin is shooting nuclear bombs on a motherfucker's ass.
They need to shoot more love.
What is love? Love is what you did to the Native Americans, right? Yeah, there's your love. Love is you're playing frisbee horseshoes in the park while my people are bending over and cleaning it up. That's love, right? Don't tell me nothing about no love. You don't love us. What the fuck are you talking about over here? See how the devil just said, oh, you need to talk about love. Okay, let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. All right, folks. All right. Yeah, he hit that corner quick. He hit that corner quick to the mug. Yeah, so the end is here. Esau knows it. Vlad is about to drop missiles. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. The confusion on people's face is beautiful. Okay? You gotta distract yourself with frisbee horseshoes, frisbee golf, whatever you want to call it. You gotta, hey. But we know what's going down. We know. Shit is going to hell in a handbasket right now. And I got 15 frisbees, and I got a hole in one today. I couldn't even concentrate on the green. I was worried about Vlad sending them HIMARS and shit. Vlad is sending Satan 1 and Satan 2. And I'm on the green putting. Hey, when the devil walked by, we need to talk about love. Oh, guess what, devil? I got love for my people. But let's talk about love. All right? Love is keeping the commandments. All right, first of all. And you ain't doing none of that. You want to talk about love? Don't talk about the truth. Talk about love. Well, here's the truth. All right? The laws are the truth. All right? And your law is the truth. You ain't doing that. You trying to keep us with these chains and shackles that are quickly about to come on you. There's love. Love is watching the downfall of your enemy.
Hey, can Dave Harmon join us?
That's what love is.
Oh, I know, sure, right? I was wondering what was going on. I was like, what is going on? I haven't heard from him in a long
About love. See this motherfucking devil? It's a lucky. Clown ass motherfucker. You better not be out here next week. Back to Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. See this devil? And come by talk about, we need to be talking about love. Go tell that to Vlad. Your people. You talk about love. Hey, Satan is coming up against Satan right now. And when I say Satan, I mean that missile. Satan 1 and Satan 2 is coming here to destroy Satan's ass. You want to talk about love? Go tell Vladimir Putin, hey, let's talk about love. Don't shoot that missile on my ass and burn up my habitation. You better get some diplomacy happening, because when they say peace and safety, that's your ass. See? And when I say ass, I mean donkey. That's your donkey. Well, there's a black guy, and he was using foul language. We want him off of our Frisbee horseshoe spot. You niggas been out here one day. You better put that goal somewhere else. Not over here, nigga. It's serious about the Frisbee golf too. They got a little Frisbee golf cart where you carry all your Frisbees. It's serious. They're not fucking around. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. You proud ass devil, don't you come by and say nothing to me? Who told you to speak to me? Nobody gave you permission to speak, devil. Off with your head, nigga. Off with your damn head. You got 5 more minutes to play in the park like you own something, because your demise, fool. Go check the record. All right, Vlad. What is he going to destroy first? Maybe Manhattan. They're going after that Statue of Liberty, which is Lucifer, the light bearer. They're going after Hollywood. They ain't going after Hollywood. These are the first targets. They're going after the Golden Gate Bridge. They're going to blow that damn thing right out of the water. Hoover Dam. Shit, you're going to destroy Hoover Dam like you did the Twin Towers. On some false flag shit. So what the hell are you talking about, devil? With your soul lifted up. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. Nigga, we know who you are. Let's talk about love. You thinking about how to fucking knife me, and cannot be satisfied, but garnereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth with it, which is not his, how long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay? Shall they not rise up suddenly and bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness, to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. You're done, devil. Talk about some love. Here, I got love for you. And he was confused, because I came straight at him with Gad. not with my people, which are my people, but to him, he thinks that we're still confused, that we don't know that this is my brethren. This is these are my brothers right here, Issachar. And Issachar laughed. One dude on the golf cart, they got Issacharite, took the place of the walrus, right? Now they got Issachar out on the being the taskmaster, and he never looks over here, never says anything. They just zoom by, all stoic and shit. Well, he was sitting right here, right behind the camera, and they were kind of congregated. And that's when I said, well, you come out into the park and talk about love. Yeah, this is love. You come out and play frisbee horseshoes while my people are out here bending their back, being slaves. That's love? Nigga, you tell me about love. Who did that? It came from the top down, the courthouse. What did they do? They threw the book at my people. Where's your people? How come there ain't no Edomites out here raking and sweating and toiling? Where's the love, nigga? Ain't nobody stupid out here. Oh, well, let me you love what's left of your kingdom, boy, before you go down. All right? You sweating, nigga. Let's get this one more time and then we'll close it. This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down to you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. What love, nigga? Your magic and your witchcraft don't work. Hey, be a good boy and love me. No, nigga. No. We know the truth and we're bringing it out. All right? So anyway, I'll be out here tomorrow. Let's see if you got frisbee horseshoes tomorrow, because you will see me right here. So do what the fuck you gotta do as far as, launching an attack against this truth, because it ain't happening. Not with the angels out here pulling guard. Wow. Ecclesiastes 12:13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. There's your love, nigga. Keeping the commandments. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Guess what, devil? You've been found out. It's judgment. Judgment day is upon your ass. All right? The day of the Lord, nigga, is on you. Okay? And we're mad as fuck. Don't get it twisted. We mad. We're being patient, right? And we're being faithful, but we're mad as hell. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Nigga, we mad as hell. While you playing frisbee golf out here, and me and my people is out here working, chanting down Babylon. We mad as hell. We gonna beat our plowshares into swords and whoop that ass. Is what we gotta do. This is Philippians. Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is the Most High which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of the Most High, sons of God, without rebuke in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. All right? And they see that. All right? They see the men of the Lord pull out that sword on this goddamn devil. All right? So with that, all right, we're going to close. All praises due to Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS. including the elders that came before them that taught us his truth, and shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, tabernacle of David, shalom.